Hey, baby, it's Bonnie DeShong, and this is Bonnie's Eye, where we have great conversations with interesting people. And folks, Juneteenth is June 19th. However, there's going to be wonderful celebrations going on all week long. And I have on with me the amazing Abraham Lacy, who is the president and CEO of the nonprofit Far South Community Development Corporation. Abraham, that's a long name.
It is. It is. We've been working on it for a while.
What is exactly the corporation and what do you guys do?
Yeah. So we are, as you stated, we're a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing community building services to residents and businesses on Chicago's far south side and South suburban Cook County. We're one of the largest comprehensive community development corporations in this region, and we do that through three different mediums. One, we offer small business support services. So those who are looking for procurement or doing business with the government, we assist them in that effort. We offer residential support, which we are a HUD certified housing counseling agency for those who are seeking assistance in terms of foreclosure prevention. They're looking to purchase their first home, rental assistance, and financial education. And the last part is that we do community development and planning, which is comprised of doing residential renovations in terms of single family home ownership, as well as what our largest project that we're working on, which is the Morgan Park Commons, which is a 286 mixed use housing development on the northwest corner of 115th and Halstead.
You know, you guys seem to, I love it because so many times, we don't get that part of help. We get, other kinds, we're doing violence prevention for youth. We're doing, excuse me, trying to find food for people, which is all great, but you're kind of taking it into the next level. For instance, helping people get that business sense. People have ideas to want to start a business, but they don't know how, or they don't know the business section of it. I got the idea, I don't know the business section of it. So with the Far South Community Development Corporation, I'm gonna shorten that.
You can say far South CDC. I think that's a way of shortening it.
It seems like, where do you get your people though? How do people know about you?
Oh, so we've been in this community on the far south region for, gosh, this organization's been around for 40 years. We work with local churches, we have partnerships, we have members of the community on our board. We work through local media in terms of newspapers and block clubs. So we're pretty intricate into the community and getting the word out about what we do. And just, our housing services, over the last, 3 or 4 years that we've been operating has reached over 10,000 residents. So we've been able to assist those, and people know about us. I mean, we're not sort of the citywide yet as we would like to be, and we hope that we're working through that. But we're very familiar, and folks are very familiar with what we do out here on the far south side. Because as you stated, and even in terms of small business, we provide direct support. This is not here you go to this location or go run to this other location. We provide direct support for those who are seeking assistance in their business, and the other component is getting access to contracts is an enormous hurdle that a lot of, especially Black and brown businesses, do not have access to. And so we've been doing that for, more than 10 years since I've been at this organization, and been very effective at it. We're doing everything we can to get the word out because the need is great. But at the same time, we're going to make sure that we assist all the residents in the small business and entrepreneurs in our endeavors, because there's a lot of opportunity out here. I don't want anyone to think that there's lack. There's plenty of opportunities out here. It's just getting people to know that these opportunities are here.
And that's so true because especially with all the construction and things that are going on, buildings that are being built, and redevelopment and stuff. There's so many times Black businesses in that area, especially Abraham, either are used by other um, corporations or businesses as the Black contractor or whatever, but they don't get the money that they should get, instead of being the ones that are in the forefront, actually being the major contractor for those type of things. And with that education that you guys can provide, you can help them actually get on board with some of those projects. Am I in the right direction?
Oh, absolutely. And we'll take it a step further. Not only are we assisting those and getting access to those contracts, we actually, in terms of the projects that we even are doing, are providing those same opportunities. So when we're doing housing renovations, we've done close to $5 million in housing renovations. It was all done by Black general contractors. So and now we're looking at larger scale development. We're actually leading the charge. So we're not the Black face, so to speak, that's going to be on this. We're actually the ones leading the development effort so that we can bring that opportunities. So we're not just aiming for, as you see in others, that says, oh, we're going to aim for 20% or 10% Black participation or Black or brown participation. No, we're aiming for 100% Black and brown participation because there's a Black owned organization that's running it and that's going to be managing the project from start to finish.
And that's what excuse me, that's what I love. And living in the area that you're working within, it's wonderful to see all of the great Black owned businesses that are popping up. I mean, to see docks on 119th Street, is like, yes, or just to see some of these other wonderful businesses and developments that are popping up in this area. It's a good thing. So let's talk about Juneteenth. Why did you guys decide to do a Juneteenth festival?
Well, I mean, just by means of knowing that this is a great celebration for our culture. We don't have a lot of celebrations for what we do. I think we run very close to Independence Day, which again, if you look through history, it's not always in our favor. We weren't really free during that time. And then you look at other things that people do, like back to school, and there's all sorts of sort of community projects. But this allows us to be able to celebrate us. And we've done back to schools for, pre-COVID, we've done it for 5 years. But when this got passed as a federal holiday, this was just a great opportunity to really showcase our community and to celebrate our community and our culture. There's so many things that this community has done. There's so many great figures that have passed through this community that's being honored in this community that, as for many years have gone, dormant or it hasn't even really been spoken of. There's so many attractions in this neighborhood that needs to be talked about. Like for instance, Major Taylor Trail, which is the first African-American cyclist, even though he was mostly doing his stuff in Indianapolis, but he has a trail right in the neighborhood that we
Really?
honor. Yes, absolutely. That goes from 103rd all the way to the Little Calumet River. And so that has been at the hallmark of a lot of the sort of accomplishments. He was the Lance Armstrong of his time. We also have a Jackie Robinson West baseball field, which is honored after the great Jackie Robinson. At the end of West Pullman, at the end of the trail, was one of the Underground Railroad locations where Harriet Tubman traveled mostly throughout the South Side and the South suburban areas. There's a Joe Louis golf course in the neighborhood as well. So there's so many. And also this last thing, the Tuskegee Airmen is also honored in this area as well, because we have several folks who've lived here and who migrated from the South to the North. And we actually got an area that's been designated for them. So there's so much out here that has been done and it's been honored, but there's not a place for that celebration to come out. And so when we're putting together this Juneteenth, we're looking to honor those individuals and honor the community, because it's a way of celebrating and be able to share with the public. This is when we were actually free. This is when we actually got our freedom, and to honor that and to also highlight here's what's to come. So it's not just a reflection, but it's also a means of looking forward and say this is what's coming in our neighborhoods, and this is what is being led by and who is being led by, which are prominent African Americans who every day are doing the work that usually goes unnoticed, and we want to make sure that we put them on notice, that we all notice. So that's the reason why we're doing this, and I believe it's we need more of these things in our community.
Well, as you were reading these, listing these things off, my mind was going, wow, we need to do a bike ride type of situation where everybody rides that trail. And I see signs about the Tuskegee Airmen, but I never know where it is. It doesn't really say where it is. And it's like I've always
Hmm.
driven by and go, I wonder where that is. So we're going
Yeah.
to have to figure something out.
Yeah, and I think what will be helpful too is that what we did in the previous events, we had an actual asset map where it actually highlighted where these things were and where these things are, so that people can understand. In other cases, it's also just a recognition that
Mhm.
this was an area throughout the far south side of the Black excellence that's been taking place. So it's not necessarily could not be a dedicated park or a lane, but it could just be a recognition that this is where prominent African American heroes have presided or traveled through, and that's what we want to highlight. And so where our goal is that we're trying to attract in this event, the local vendors from the community, from South Halsted Street, Black vendors and others too as well. We have over 40 plus vendors who are going to be at this event, and just to highlight the culture. So I'm excited. We have great planners on our team, and Nakisha Emery and Catherine Jackson are the ones have been leading this planning effort. So I think this is going to be an amazing event, and it's going to be loud. It's going to be great. It's going to be great food. It's going to be free food. And plus, people can also know what we're doing in terms of the development itself, which is the Morgan Park Commons.
Well, tell me this. Where is it going to be? What time is it going to be? And is there a cost to get in?
No. So I answer the last question first. No, there is no cost to get in. We do ask that people register by going on our website. It's farsouthcdc.org. It's on our front page. You can click on it and you can register. We do that so that we can be able to track people that come, so that therefore, as events go on, we can make sure that we allocate enough resources for the people who are coming in. It's located at the northwest corner of 115th and Halsted. And it's at the former Jewel and Halsted Mall location. It's a vacant site there. So it's on Saturday, June 18th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m.
All right, then that's what I'm saying. And is there going to be like entertainment that is going to be going on?
Yes, there's going to be live entertainment. There's going to be live music. There's going to be dance performances. There's going to be a trolley tour. We're also doing a home giveaway, so that's going to be pretty exciting. We have pop-up vendors that's going to be there. We have a kids zone, which they're going to be inflatables, bounce houses. They're going to be a 75-foot long obstacle course. Yeah, it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a lot of loud music, a lot of great food, and so we're very in live dance. So we're just it's going to be a great event. So I think this is going to be one of the largest events we've had in a while.
Abraham, the one thing that I'm loving about it is that it's bringing the family and the community back together. So many times you hear so many things going on in the area or whatever, what people assume is going on in the area. But this is going to be something that prayerfully will be an annual event, and it's something that the community can really, really look forward to and coming together and getting to know each other again.
Well, and Bonnie, to your point, that's we put on our flyer is what we've created, what we call the Bringing Communities Back initiative. And so, and that's incorporates what you just stated. It's really bringing communities and bringing families back to this neighborhood. There's been a lot of reports in terms of the loss of population, in terms of the area itself, as well as several services that have been, city services have been reduced. So our goal is that, what we've been preaching for a while is our goal is to bring communities back and to, renovate places that have been vacant, and to bring activities and to the neighborhood. One of the things that we're also doing just about a block or two north of this location, we've been awarded by the city to build a what they call the POP program, which is the public outdoor plaza. So we're building the South Halstead's first public outdoor park in our partnership with Sheldon Heights Church of Christ. And so that park, we hope that it's going to begin construction sometime late summer. But it's about a half acre of where you can play, basketball. There's going to be seating area. There's going to be a stage area. You can actually roller skate around it as well. There's going to be areas in the grass that you can just sit and read. And so there's, we don't have these things in our neighborhoods normally. You usually find these things in downtown or the north side. And so we have to start putting these things in our neighborhood as well, so that we don't have to leave our neighborhood to enjoy and have a great time. We can enjoy it right here. And that's what we're trying to bring. And that's the focus of the Bringing Communities Back initiative, which is not only is it real estate development, which the Morgan Park Commons is, but it's also doing other ancillary sort of developments as well to really bring a vibrant community, in which bring it back to what it once was, before, the different policies went into place that literally disinvested in our community on purpose. And so, we're trying to turn that table. There's other groups out here who are doing a similar thing. And we want to make sure that we're doing our part in bringing these communities back to vibrancy to what it once was.
So Abraham, before we go, one more time, give the date, time, and place of this wonderful event that's going to happen.
So it's the Far South CDC's Juneteenth Festival. It's located at the northwest corner of 115th and Halstead at the former Halstead Mall and Jewel vacant Jewel grocery store. It's going to be on Saturday, June 18th, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So, and it's free admission. So please register. It will, help us out in terms of being able to track attendance and, be ready to have fun.
See, yeah, that's going to be, and if anyone wants to get a hold of you guys for their own, if you have a business or whatever for your services, excuse me, can you let them know where to go for that?
Yes. So please contact our office. You can contact us at 773-831-7107. Or you can email us at hello@farsouthcdc.org. Or you can go to our website at farsouthcdc.org and click on any of the links, and it'll direct you to the help and assistance that you need.
Well, thank you so much, Abraham. I am so happy that you were able to join with me today.
Thank you for having me, Bonnie. I really appreciate it.
No problem whatsoever. And I can't wait to talk to you more as we get down the line to see what you guys are doing even more. So everybody, until next time, keep your eye to the sky.